buttons, you know.
That's what she said.
Right.
In his own mind, he's known to be prickly and very opinionated. It's time to get in the huddle with your host, Coach Muddle.
If you're going to give me a line like that, I'm going to use it.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the huddle. It's me, Coach Muddle, Nevada Nick, Captain Jack. How you doing, gentlemen?
Good. Doing well.
A lot better than Nick
Hey, we got a lot to go over today. I mean, lots of news, lots of stuff happened. We had football yesterday. We had all kinds of stuff going on, but I think really we have some I don't know if you want to call it the breaking news, but I figured let's let the music finish before we get to the big breaking news. Nevada Nick's going to break for us because that's what it is. So
yeah,
and daggone it, man. I can't get it, and nothing's working right now for me. So I have no idea.
What do you mean? What's not working? Yeah, your picture's not clear either again.
Yeah, I know. I don't know what the deal is, but
we're par for the course here. It's just another day
par for the course. That's right.
The land of being in the huddle with the dope Coach Muddle.
That's right. How not to be in the huddle with Coach Muddle. This is the way it works. And honestly, it's a StreamYard issue. It's not a Coach Muddle issue. I'm just saying it is a StreamYard issue. Okay, it is the sign. It pops up. They're having issues with Facebook.
I'm joking. Yeah, I know.
So anyway,
yeah, I have issues with my OBS. Yeah. So I do understand that. I'll
right.
You know what? I'll give you the benefit on that one.
Right. So.
Thanks. I got the benefit from the captain. I'm good now. We're good. Move on. Yeah. What's the breaking news there, Nick? Go ahead.
No, I mean, I think obviously everybody, Chris commented on it. Nick Saban's got COVID. I don't know what that means for Saturday. We were kind of just talking about it off air for the 2 minutes we were off air. As Coach likes to keep things nice and late. We'll see what happens. I mean, I don't want to see anybody get COVID, but I also bet Georgia this weekend, and I know Saban had to leave the team immediately. Excuse me. And I'm real curious to see what's going to happen for Saturday because we're here today and it is Wednesday, so we're 72 hours away from the game. I mean, there's no way, obviously, I think he can coach on the sidelines. My guess would be, obviously, he will probably be in a booth isolated by himself up, somewhere at the stadium. And where's he going to be then?
Home. They can't. It's too contagious. They can't let him.
Well, how can you coach from home?
No.
How are you going to coach from home?
He can't be near the team.
No, but they'll put him up in a booth or something up in the. Well, then you can't coach. Okay,
right.
Well,
I don't think he can coach. I don't think he can coach.
No, you might be right. I don't know. I mean,
it's too risky as the way it spreads so quick.
Mm-hmm.
And whatnot. I think he can't be near the team or anyone. God forbid, you get it from him. It's so contagious that.
Yeah,
I hate this from home.
I hate to sound so.
We already got a call. Let's jump right in.
Call from
Mark Mancini.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
And we'll see what goes on.
To send a voicemail, press 2.
With that,
I sent the caller voicemail.
Oh,
Goodbye.
sorry.
He must have lost.
My bad, Mark. My bad, buddy. I hit the wrong button. Try and call back, please. Sorry. Yeah. But the guy coached from home. What is your?
He goes. This guy coached from home. Alaska team. The coach is in Cali. Nick Saban has the COVID. Oh, yeah, we know, Tommy. And I said I was going to say I hate to sound like unsensitive, but I'm really curious to the effect it's going to have on the point spread because if Nick Saban's not there to coach that, there's definitely a downfall to that. I mean, you're losing the best coach in college football in a lot of people's opinion. So we'll have to see what happens. And obviously, I think it's number 2 versus number 3 or number 3 versus number 4. So it's a huge game. 2-3, which is going to have huge ramifications on the season. So I'm really curious to see what happens, and I guess only time will tell.
Yeah, I agree. I just don't see him being able to be anywhere near the team until he
right.
And I'm assuming it's the same as the NFL testing. I don't know 100%. Got to be what, 3 days, negative 3 days in a row before you can return. So
I believe so, yeah.
And that would mean he just tested positive today. There's no way he'll be ready for Saturday, so he can't.
Okay, may I? Two ways, Coach. Okay, I still think that based upon today's technology, okay, and if they were to make a one room up in the press box, it depends upon the capabilities. It depends upon the capabilities of the facilities there. Okay, if there is a space available.
Okay, you the guy walking him to the room because he's not going by himself. Are you the guy bringing the stuff in the room with him? Are you that guy? That's what I'm saying. That's why it's not going to happen, because they're not going to let.
Okay,
take that chance.
Second thing is, because you didn't allow me to fucking finish at all, okay, is that virtual, you have a guy with a friggin' headset or whatever, and Saban is watching the game from either the sideline or from up there. He's got comms and he's got a view. You have almost immediate, kind of like the guys that do the, hey, that he did catch the ball, or he was out of bounds, or yada yada like that. If it is that important to Nick Saban, which I believe it will be, they will try to find a way to accommodate what Nick Saban wants. Now, if Nick Saban doesn't want to coach there, fine. Okay. I'm just saying, if he wants to coach, he'll coach.
It's not going to happen. You can't. Impossible. You're positive they're not going to let you near anybody. He's quarantined at his house.
You don't have to be near anybody to fucking coach there, Coach.
Right. I think they'll somehow have him.
There's too many people involved.
Coach,
even be near the stadium.
But he goes into the stadium with somebody who's 6 feet away from him, gets escorted up an elevator, then gets sanitized and put in the thing, and everything's technology. I mean, I actually agree with Captain on this one.
Nope.
And I think
the technology will be set up at his house, I'm sure.
How can you do it in the house?
Be allowed near the thing.
Wants to see the field, man. He's going to be on the TV.
He'll have 16 TVs at his house, and he'll probably have a better feed than we do at home.
I mean, yeah, we'll see.
Okay, I'm willing to bet on that, Nick. What do you want to bet on that?
If he's got a better feed at the house, per what you say, and again, I see this with Jimmy Johnson every weekend when Jimmy Johnson is the only person that's away from the set, right? When they do the pregame show. Right. They have a feed right to him, okay? And they have a feed to New York to go over what the penalties are and what the penalties are not. There is technology and a spread with the availability and the capability to keep the guy in tune, whether he's upstairs in the box in a room that is sanitized beforehand, and he walks to the friggin' stadium, and he walks to the stadium by himself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure they're going to let Nick Saban walk by anywhere.
I'm saying it can be done if
hell freezes over.
Wants it.
If hell freezes over, it can be done.
Until then. How about Tommy Shane with the breaking news? The Pro Bowl, no Pro Bowl this year. Nobody cares. Nobody ever cared about the Pro Bowl in the NFL.
Yeah, I mean, it just got moved a year back to Vegas in 2022.
Okay. Oh, so they're going to do it in Vegas. Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, because they were doing it in Vegas this 2021 for the 2020 season, and they said they're not going to do it this year, which is like the first time since the war years that the NFL did not have a post. Either like when the NFL used to do, like it was like the best players from the NFL would play like the best college team. That was in the 70s. I even remember that. But this will be the first time since the war years that they don't have anything sort of that is post NFL.
All right, let's jump on the phone here.
Call from. To accept, press 1. To send a.
Who's this? You're in the huddle. You're just going to cough? What's up?
Purple People Eater, what's up?
Oh, God, there he is.
What's up, buddy? How you doing?
What's up? You know, this is the reason why everybody has COVID, because Captain Jack is running the show.
All right, don't get him. He's already. Let's not now. Tommy, let me ask you a question real quick. What did you think on Sunday night of the call? Obviously, Zimmer makes not going for the field goal and going for it on fourth down. Obviously, they had a 5-point lead, could have kicked the field goal, made it 8. Instead, he goes for it to try to win the game, doesn't get it, and then Russell Wilson goes down and scores. Did you agree with the call or no?
Well, to be honest, many statisticians throughout, stats of like the probability and
yes or no question.
You should have went for it, but knowing the Vikings, we would have missed the field goal. So either way, it's just disappointing because we let them score 21 points in like 2 minutes. The whole season's just falling apart right now. If we lose against Atlanta, who are 0-4, our season.
0-5.
Yeah, 0-5. We're done with.
Now, Tommy, I want to ask you this though. Where I've seen a lot of mock drafts with the Vikings taking a quarterback. As you guys climb the ladder closer to a top 5 pick, do you take a quarterback, or are you going to take one of these guys that are going to be out on the market? I mean, I got to believe that Matt Ryan's going to be available at the end of the season. I think a new regime, they're going to want to start over. I think he'll be out on the market. You're going to have Sam Darnold. You're going to have Mitch Trubisky. And I always say that name because the Vikings like to make crappy moves. So,
I like Kirk Cousins.
Right. And you have Dwayne Haskins, too. I mean, you guys going to try another Redskin quarterback or what?
Yeah, I'll PP Eater.
I'm not sure the financial aspect of what we're going to owe Kirk Cousins and whatnot. But, everybody is saying right now, tank for Trevor. But to be honest, I think hopefully we put some more money in our defense and offensive line, But, hey, I just want to call up and say, Captain Jack, I'm happy that your Raiders beat the Chiefs. However, if they would have lost, I would have won 1,000 pounds. Bit disappointed, but I'm happy for your Raiders. That's all.
So basically, Tommy's saying I owe him 1,000 pounds.
Yeah.
Which is how much American, guys? Yeah. How much is that?
$1,500 about.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Tough
That's
loss.
a point.
I picked all the games, and the one game that cost me in my accumulator was the Chiefs and Raiders.
Oof.
Wow.
Tough, Tommy.
And that is why I don't
bet. Go to this World Series.
Yeah, Rays are going to go there.
Yeah, Rays are going to go to the World Series. Now, if you looked at the game yesterday, man, the real turning point, I think the Astros might have won the game, is that the yips with Altuve, man. He makes that error, and then the Rays, man, you make a mistake, the Rays are going to jump all over it. I don't know if you guys saw the play, but Altuve had an easy out, and they said he's got the yips, they think, or something. That I guess it happened before, too. And it's amazing how a guy can be a major league player and how mentally something, because Chuck Knobloch obviously had the problem.
Yep. I was going to mention that. Yeah.
And you get to a point where you're so in your head, you can't throw it to second base or anything that easy. Drop. All right, beautiful. Sorry, I bet the Dodgers. You don't get thrown out. Okay, safe.
Do you think they're going to win all 4 games, or do you think the Astros are going to win tonight?
Well, Greinke's pitching, and if you ask me, I trust Glasnow more than I trust Greinke right now. And the Rays are just consistent. You look at the Rays, I mean, they're not scoring a ton of runs, but they play smart baseball. They play absolutely great defense. I mean, this has been the one times I've gotten to watch the Rays. They play absolutely great defense. So I would have to go with the Rays. Why are you waving, Captain? How you doing?
Because I'd like to get a word in. Because I actually follow them. Yeah, it was Altuve, but please give credit both to Kiermaier in center field with the 2 fantastic plays that he made, which stopped at least 2 or 3 runs. And then Hunter Renfroe in right field made another 2 plays, which stopped at least 2 runs there.
Again, but it was a 1-0 game, Captain, when the Altuve thing happened. I agree with you, but it was a huge turning point.
I get it, but the reason why it was even in there is...
Nice talking to you.
All right, thanks.
All right, take it easy, Tommy.
Thanks for calling. All right, good stuff from PP Eater. We appreciate it. So, all right, great stuff here.
Yeah, I mean, Margot the other day, literally, I thought he and I'm surprised how they could call it an out. I mean, it wasn't out, but they couldn't even see if he really had the ball. I mean, obviously he caught it, but, man, he went and dove over the thing. Luckily, he didn't get hurt. And to me, he's probably the best player right now in the playoffs.
Actually, he did get a little hurt.
He did get hurt?
A little bit.
Back to real sports, because, baseball's done, actually. Once the Yankees are done, who cares?
The Jason Dean view of sports, when my team's out, the whole thing's done.
Well, the one thing I will say, Coach, though, I'm a little – if it's going to be Rays, Braves – I mean, I think Rays Dodgers would be interesting, just because there's a lot of interest in the Dodgers. I don't know how many people are going to watch Rays Braves. Yeah, I think Captain and Angela touched on it last night. I don't think it'll be good for baseball, just because Rays don't have a lot of fans. It's a small market. Right. I think they're
in the same kind of corner there.
Captain, are they still having trouble getting their own fans to come out to the stadium in Tampa?
Yeah.
That would be a negative if it's the World Series, because when the World Series was the Rays in Philadelphia, it was blocked and it was wall to wall.
But it shouldn't take a World Series to get fans.
Anyway, during the regular season, Nick, my mom's husband is a season ticket holder, and he's got the package with the Yankees. They call constantly to give him tickets to go to a game, just to put people in the stands. So, yeah, they're just bandwagon down there, Captain. That's what it is. They jump on a bandwagon just like you do. You're down there, so you jumped on the bandwagon.
Oh, okay. Well, you know what? I think I'm having computer problems here. I might have to leave.
Okay.
Yeah. I might have to leave, only because you're an asshole and think you know everything. Because this is Coach Muddle's show, and I love you, Coach. But you know what? But I know you know everything.
But I'm speaking on fact, though. I know someone who's an actual season ticket holder down there.
Okay. But you know exactly what happens when it was the playoffs.
Right, but but no one gives a shit. Everybody wants to go to a playoff game, and they're mostly other fans there.
The question was,
just because they give them a free Tampa Bay hat doesn't mean that they're a fan.
I'm a free Tampa Bay hat. Oh,
come on now. I mean, come on.
You know what? I am having problem with my mic, so I'll just probably nod for the rest of the show because my input isn't needed anyway.
Okay. Anyway, back to real sports. So the other news last night is the Jets just dumped
Le'Veon Bell.
Le'Veon Bell. They just dumped him. And I think, kind of once the word gets out, you're trying to trade him. You're not really going to get value. I don't think what is anybody going to give you, especially that contract so big,
Right. Well, yeah, with that contract especially, But
the good thing is if you sign him, you only have to pay him the minimum, and the Jets have to pick up the rest. So,
And if I'm him, I want to go to a good situation now. I think you would learn from going to the Jets and putting yourself in a bad situation. Like I said, a couple teams I think I would look at if I were him are the Niners. With that good offensive line, I think maybe the Bears, go play with Nick Foles and that defense. And then the other team, man, what was the other team? Coach, I told you, and now I can't remember myself. I know Coach mentioned the Bills.
Yeah, and I know that the Steelers last year at the trade deadline did inquire about him. So there might be something. I mean, they did leave on messy terms, and I don't see that happening. But they did inquire last year about him at the trade deadline. So I'm just throwing that out there. But and what about this? You don't think the Eagles would be a spot for him? I mean, the Eagles don't really have a bell cow, and they don't. You know, I know they have a lot more issues going on. But they haven't had a running back. Would that be somewhere to maybe kind of throw a little spark? I mean, you know.
I mean, they could definitely use him to be in the mix. But if I was him, I wouldn't go there because of the line situation.
And also, I think they're just in cap hell. I don't think they could spend 3 cents to sign somebody. So.
The other team I said was
Arizona.
the Cardinals. Yeah, I was going to say. You said it was the Cardinals.
What'd you guys talk about?
That was the other team I said, Jason Dean. It's, put him with Kyler Murray. Kenyon Drake is struggling. I thought it would work well. It would work well.
But yeah, I know, right? So it'll be interesting to see. But how about Derrick Henry?
Yeah.
Last night, knocking Josh, I can't even think of his last name, but
Josh Allen?
No, the corner.
Josh Norman.
Josh Norman in the
I can read your lips, Captain.
Yeah, how about that now? You don't even want to read your lips.
Did he drop out?
No, I did it.
Oh.
He can still hear me, I think. He can still hear us.
Why'd you drop him out?
I was just being a dick, that's all.
Oh, okay. All right.
And just,
All right. You guys going to kiss and make up now?
The thing, yeah.
Or do you want to give sign language, Captain? I do know sign language.
I do know sign language.
Fuck you. He said, fuck you, Coach. I can translate that well. That is fuck you, Coach. Not Nevada Nick. He's a great guy. Double fuck you to Coach. Nevada Nick is
what's the what about, speaking of which, Tennessee surprised the hell out of me. I mean,
well,
I figured
they look good
in a while.
Bills made a lot of mistakes though too. You kind of saw that old Josh Allen throwing interceptions. Look, people look at these games, but there's games where you just don't play good. You know what I mean? It happens. I would think for Captain's Raiders, that was against the Bills. They didn't play their best game, and that's what happened. For the Eagles, it was the Bengals, and the Redskins. So it happens. Sometimes you just don't play a great game. Dodgers are up 6-0. Yes, I got money. I bet the Dodgers big because they killed me in game 1 and 2. And maybe it's a series now because now Kershaw may pitch tomorrow. So maybe if he can pitch and they win, it's 2-2. Maybe we're back to a series because I have the Dodgers to win it all, and there's a lot of money riding on it. Captain, is your mic working yet? Oh, mic working? Okay.
Anyway, so but I know they played bad, but the Bills really had an opportunity to take a step, and and I think they really kind of dropped it because now I forget who they're playing next week. Isn't it Kansas City? Is it Kansas City, Nick?
The Bills, yeah.
Yeah. So I just don't see Kansas City now getting some extra time to prepare for a game. I just don't see, because how good Andy is when he has extra time to prepare for a game.
Yeah, that was one thing Captain had talked about, and I did look it up. 3 of the last 4 years, the Raiders did play the Chiefs after the bye. So he was right about that. I did look into that one. Yeah.
Okay.
We know your mic works.
The schedule that you're dealt. He's making a sign or something is what he's doing, I think.
Yeah.
He's making some kind of sign. So
yeah, and I would think too, Stiz, Casey coming off a loss and a very short week for the Bills too. You're going from a Tuesday night game to Sunday. I mean, basically you got Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and I don't know where it's at. I think it's in Buffalo though, so they'll at least be home. But I saw the Chiefs are a 3.5-point favorite. So,
you're going to have to wait until Sunday to get Nick's picks on that game.
Yeah, and I do love a team in that game, Tommy. I love a team in that game. And the one I gave out earlier, and this was pre, Nick Saban having COVID. I love Georgia on Saturday. I really do. I think Georgia's going to win the game outright. I mean, take the 6 points, why not? But if you want to, too, I'm betting the money line as well. I think they're going to win the game outright.
Okay, I can see that, but I just, I think.
Oh, and Brian's right. I'm sorry. The Bills-Chiefs game is Monday night. I apologize.
Yeah, they're going to play on Monday at 5. No, I forgot what I was going to say. I can't even read that.
Muted by the Delaware erect penis. And you're giving him crack. You're giving him actual. Yeah, get it up. He's a flaccid penis, is what he is.
Yeah. Well, what can you do?
Well, he does take a double shot of both fucking blue pills and the other one. So I'll give him credit, but that's only when he takes the fucking pills, and I had that on good authority by a lawyer.
Yeah, and Captain. Oh wow. There was something I wanted, but I'm scared to talk to him about it now because I'm afraid he's going to go nuts. So we'll wait to the end of the show because we argued about it Monday, and I wanted to just go into it, not argue about it, just to have a talk.
You know what? I will have a talk with you, Nick, because and you can bring it up anytime, and I'm good to go.
Okay,
I'm good to go.
So we had got into it Monday, obviously over the Mahomes thing, and I did see something yesterday that he gave him like a fist bump.
He did.
Yeah, and it looked like now Carr went all the way over to the Kansas City sideline, so it was over there. But I don't know if you remember. I know you knew last week but he had embraced Stephon Gilmore last week, who tested positive for COVID, and they obviously gave him the shit and the mental lapse and all that. And I just thought, when you called him a prick, that maybe that was what played into it. Just the whole because he is the face of the league. Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
With the big contract and I think he the MVP, Super Bowl MVP. I think he's kind of the face of the league. And look, I understand the Raiders' dislike of him. I hated Troy Aikman. You know what I mean? Didn't care about Tony Romo as much because the Eagles kind of always beat him. But I hated Troy Aikman. But I thought, like I said, in regards to that, I thought, what's he supposed to do? He can't win. You know what I mean? He gave the fist bump. I mean, if he gets too close to him, once again, it's him getting shit for, look, you've gotten the guy, you're within the 6 feet or whatever. So I don't know if it was the COVID issue, but I think that's kind of why he did what he did. I don't really think it was a snub to Derek Carr.
I agree to disagree with you, and I am very calm.
Okay.
I can do that. I can actually be that. Talk to somebody who's sensible instead of somebody that talks over you all the time because they have the controls.
I do.
But that's also because they have shitty internet and won't pay the extra $3 to get something better.
Right.
Anyway, you know what? I take it back. Maybe I'll feed you was it 3, 12 to 20. I don't know, the 36. I'll send you a check for $40, Coach, which will be for a year, and that can use your extra internet for me. It's on me. So because I have a heart, because I know teachers don't make shit. I get it. Teachers don't make shit. But you know what? I'll take it out of your wife's pay too. Then, anyway.
Hold on. Should I call the house line and see what your wife has to say about that?
Oh, please do. Please do. You first off, you won't be able to understand her, so that this will be a great conversation because I understand the Toglish that they would be coming out of the mouth in the heavy accent. Go right ahead. If it wasn't so comical, I'd have you go across the screen with it, but I don't want a lot of people knowing what my home number is or my real cell phone number because that's uncool too. Anyway, okay. Yeah, I'm more than happy. I think that as I wanted to say to you when I wasn't really given a chance to, is I think that there should be a protocol from the NFL that is pre-planned, kind of like when they had the issues right at the beginning of the season about whether you come out for the anthem or you don't come out for the anthem. And some teams did it one way, some teams did it another way, and he still had a lot of backlash for it. I think in this COVID time, because of the situation getting blown up, that there should be a protocol. It should be a substantial protocol as to what goes on. And you keep your distance.
Right.
And you have like where maybe it's within earshot where you can actually have a conversation with somebody, and it shows that you care enough to be a good sportsman. Now, I know that in hockey, when they had the handshakes because they were in the bubble, okay. Oh, she did.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to laugh, Captain. It was a good comment. It really was.
No, Mike, you're straight on. And Tommy Boucher knows I've had these conversations as well because, again, he was my roommate down in Gitmo, and that one is meant for me because I would be talking, and it'll be Lil, and remember, there's talking on the other end. Lil, and that's the last one,
right?
Okay, and then I get a word in because the comprehension is there. Because this is backstory that nobody knows. And I apologize for looking like a big dick on the show. I do. I apologize for my actions, but there's 25 fucking years of backstory that nobody fucking knows.
Right. Yeah, I get that.
Okay.
Now, Angela, who are you saying? I think it's because he's a butt sore loser. Mahomes, are you saying?
That was about Mahomes.
I mean, you really, and I'm not trying to be, I mean, it's one game. They're 4-1. I really don't think that's what it's about. I mean, they're the defending Super Bowl champs. I just don't. Look, Mahomes seems like a class guy. I understand why you guys don't like him. I get that. He's your arch enemy or rival, whatever you want to call it. I get that. I just don't think one loss to the Raiders is going to.
Right, but you got to understand the mentality that is coming out there. When I was in Kansas City last year, almost every other billboard that you had Patrick Mahomes did this or Patrick Mahomes did this.
Oh, yeah,
he's all over the city. And the mentality of everybody there, when I had on Ty Routon, otherwise known as KCX Factor, the guy that got in trouble on national TV when during the first game they said, hey, play the fucking game. Or actually, he doesn't swear like I do. He says, just play the football. Let's play some football. But it was the mentality.
You're in the huddle, Jason. How you doing, buddy?
Jason Dean, what's up, buddy?
You can bitch each other like you're married.
It's usually the guys on the top. It's usually the guys on the top. Me and Nick will scream at each other, and then we will have calm conversations. Would you not agree, Nick?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, you two like you're giving each other hand jobs under the table and shit. Captain, I love you to death. I do. But you know as well as everybody else that nobody in their right mind other than Tampa Bay fans and Atlanta fans want to see a Braves World Series.
Thank you.
Yeah, he agreed with that. No,
I said that.
Yeah,
I said that on the show. I said that last night. I said nobody will watch it except for the Southeast. Okay, and I get it. But when
you're out of your fucking Rays hat.
It's right here.
Oh shit!
I got it right here. Okay. Here's the thing. What from somebody it says, well, I know somebody who, or in my family who has season tickets, so I know. You
asked about fans getting to the game. I know on a fact that's what happens. The Tampa Bay calls up and gives them tickets just to put their ass in the seat.
Is that for the postseason, Coach? Because the question was about the postseason, correct?
No, I was saying in general. I said, was Tampa Bay still having trouble getting people to come to the stadium?
Is it my turn to talk?
Yeah, go ahead,
Jason. Sorry, buddy.
My turn to talk. All right, this question is to all three of you. Now, with everything that happened down in Florida with the Gators, and now with Saban, do you think they continue this whole college football season? Do you think maybe at some point
yes.
they might?
They'll do it.
Yep.
No.
Yeah. No.
No, they have the whole month of December to make up games.
Yeah.
They'll figure it out. College football is too much of a big market. Now, I mean,
is because once Georgia beats Bama, because Saban's not going to be there or be able to coach the game, maybe he'll do it from home, like Captain said, with a headset and shit. But that's not going to be the same. It's not the same presence of him being on the sidelines. You know what I mean?
yes,
That's
I agree. Which is why I said to put him up in a box, and that you can do that. Coach doesn't understand that,
Well, and that's the thing. From home, you can't see the field, and that's a huge thing.
Anywhere near people, the way he is, and at his age, he might just be like hiding out at home for a couple of weeks and say, "Okay, let's see what you can do without me." Which obviously they're not going to be able to do much without him. I think Georgia, honestly, without Saban, I think Georgia will win by 14.
Yeah, I thought Georgia was going to win with Saban. To be honest with you, Jason.
Yeah, I agreed there. And the other thing is, and I said that it would be up to Saban whether he wants to coach. I guess something happened in the which game you watching, Nick?
Dodgers are up 11-0 in the first inning.
Okay, in the first inning?
Yeah, I got big money on the Dodgers too, baby. Woo, loving it. If they blow this lead, man, I'm good. If I could fit out the window, I'd jump out of it.
Because once Family gets beat, they're going to drop and Notre Dame's going to move up some more. So I'm cool with that.
Anyway, Jason Dean, whatever that wacky tobacco is, I just don't, I don't see you beating Clemson twice.
Coach, what's Pitt's record? Stop it. Didn't you guys lose like Boston College or?
Yeah, they lost to Boston College and Louisville. Yes, they have 2 losses.
Who is Boston College's quarterback? Coach, who is it? Do you know who that is?
No, I have no idea.
You don't know who their coach is.
He wasn't going to fucking start over Ian Book.
And who cares? All I know is Notre Dame's overrated, and they're not beating Clemson twice.
We'll see when we play.
Notre Dame is like Miami right now. They're not there yet. They're just not there yet.
We'll kick the dog shit out of Miami. The only team that's probably going to beat us is Clemson.
All right, thank you, but you have to beat them twice. You have to beat them twice. Thanks for the call, Jason.
Thanks, Jason.
Good night.
Yeah.
Take it easy, buddy. Always love Jason Dean.
Yeah,
Jason's awesome.
I think Notre Dame is like Miami right now. They're up. They're coming back to form. They're just not there yet. They're a little bit away from. Now you have to play Clemson, and you're going to have to play them twice in order to get to the dance. So I just don't see that they're at that point yet.
And
they're still a couple recruiting classes away.
Real quick, have the Dodgers woken up now? 15 runs in the last 2 innings. Because if you watched the game last night, they were up, losing 8-3 going to the ninth, scored 4 runs in the bottom of the ninth, and had a man on third. Obviously didn't score the tying run, but drinks on you this weekend. This says okay.
Yeah, on you.
Yeah. Now, what's Angela? Mahomes and his baby mama bitched about the game. Do you know? I have know nothing about that.
Yeah, it was something that we've seen in the press as well. It was kind of like when you at the Super Bowl when a certain model that looks like what's the He-Man's foe?
Yeah, Giselle.
But she looks like the bad guy in female form was bitching. Well, Tommy can't throw it and catch it at the same time. That was when the one guy dropped the ball,
right?
In one of the Super Bowls. I think that the Giants won,
right?
And so there's been her was making mouths like, well, Patrick can't do it all, and blah blah blah. They were bitching. They were bitching about it.
Where
in the press or in and around where the press got hold of it. The point is. The point is, and again, Jason, I love you, but I didn't finish. Was that Ty Routon, the guy who's KCX Factor, was on my show the day before, and I'm surprised. If I would have had him in studio, would have had to knock out the doors and kind of like for like an extra O shape to get his friggin' head in the door. And I love Ty. But there was no way in hell that the Raiders were going to win and yada yada yada, and it was just the whole smugness.
Yeah,
was something that we hated. Now I admit,
Eagles did the same thing when we won the Super Bowl. We did the same thing. When you have a long period like the Eagles and Chiefs did. Sorry, Captain, to cut you off, but without winning the Super Bowl, you're on this huge high, and you definitely feel yourself. I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, and again, I appreciate you apologizing for cutting me off, Nick, because that's never done. But I will finish the thought is that I admitted that I didn't think the Raiders were going to win the game, but I thought that the Raiders were going to be in it and that they would be, competitive. And yeah, that's why when we won, I was so happy for it. And again, it's wonderful to have a conversation with you, Nick.
Yes, it's so wonderful that they won a regular season game. Thank goodness it had nothing to do with playoff.
Well, I was going to say, our regular season game, have the Giants won that yet? I don't know. I must have
They're not going to, and they're not going to. But I'm not sitting around screaming, jumping up and down because a guy didn't shake his fucking hand. All right, who cares?
Oh, good.
I'm not screaming up and down, so I'm only in my underwear today. So I don't want everybody to know that.
Now, how am I feeling myself, Jason Dean? I was talking about 3 years ago, and it wasn't me. It was Eagles fans. I saw it. We all thought we were, they were. And look, the Chiefs, I said it. Captain, I think, will remember. I said the Chiefs were feeling themselves all the time, coming in like the Heat. We're going to win 4, 5, 6 Super Bowls. And that's a bad attitude to take. The hardest thing you can do is win a Super Bowl. And, I mean, look at the Niners. Who'd have thought the Niners would be what they're at? And I know it's injury, but still, man, it is tough to do. Go back to back or, win Super Bowls, multiple Super Bowls. It's not an easy thing. But I'm sure Mahomes will have a talk with his wife because she can't be doing things like that because that brings undue shit onto him. I mean, yeah, she can't. He can't, and that's true. That's uncalled for.
Yeah, who's the person that chimed in with Brent? Oh yeah, Jason Dean, because he's on it. Brent Grimes' wife is a mouth, and that's one of the reasons why. That's one of the reasons why they got him out of Miami and he went to Tampa, and she did the same fucking thing, and they couldn't get rid of them fast enough. And it was them like it was a package. Okay, he performed, but she was such a mouth that they couldn't wait to get rid of her. And
what's tough with that is Mahomes. You know it too, Captain. He's got such clout. You know what I mean? She might, just like with Giselle, she knows. I mean, I wouldn't blame that on Brady. If it happens multiple times, I would. Because after it happens once, like I know if it was me, I'd address the situation and say, look, you can't do this. Keep your mouth shut when it regards to the press, because it comes back on me. But we'll see if it happens again. But like you said, Mahomes is God in Kansas City.
GM of the Redskins, his wife got on social media and started talking shit too. 2 ago. Maybe it was 2 or the last.
Bruce Allen?
No, before Bruce Allen, because then they had to bring Bruce Allen took over as the GM, I think. So it was before that, I think.
I was going to say, final thought, and only because I'm in the military, and by the way, I saw that somebody was in the Marine Corps, so good on you, brother. We enjoy taking you places and letting you overrun things. That's what the Navy is, okay? But in the military, there is a saying, okay, that the worst person you can deal with, okay, at the exchange, at the commissary, or anything else is the general's wife or the colonel's wife or the Navy captain's wife or the admiral's wife, because they wear the fucking shoulder boards so much more than their husbands do. And these bitches, and yes, I said bitches because that's what the fuck they are when they start taking on the accomplishments of the guys that they're with, start getting these big fucking heads. Like you said, we need to find a way to shut their yaps. And unfortunately, in the history of mankind, as I attest to this, it's not going to happen at times. So there you go. Oh yeah. No, Mike, I was giving you a compliment. I've been on several floats with the Marines. Okay. So watch the FUs there, shipmate. I was actually giving a compliment, you fucking car-headed asshole who's so fucking thick-headed you don't understand a fucking compliment.
Now, White Sox, interesting news on them. Did you hear they got permission to speak to Tony La Russa?
Yes.
Yeah. Which, one of the best managers out there, man. I love Tony. I think he, with his experience and all, a guy who manages for feel. Yeah, and I guess, what's that about? I guess you can put more people in LSU because it's open air.
No, it's just because it's open air. I don't think they're letting I don't think they're letting you play in the dome.
Okay. Apologies, shipmate. I say that as well.
But yeah, because it's outside. They're allowed, LSU can have fans, but New Orleans can't because they're inside. So
Okay.
that's the
There you go.
Yeah.
that's
And you
the
know what?
deal.
They
So-
should. They
and they
should.
want some money.
They should, because I tell you what, unfortunately, I've never had the chance to go up to the Bayou and have an LSU game at night. But I tell you what, there is nothing like a night game in the Bayou in Death Valley, not the one up in the Carolinas, but the real Death Valley, in my estimation, which is in LSU. That is a party, and I tell you, that is a home field, even if it's only 25%. 25% of a bunch of drunken fucking Cajuns is a party, and that would be a definitive home field advantage for the Saints, which they normally would get in the Superdome, and I've been to there twice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've never been to the Superdome, and I know they say when it's popping, it gets incredibly, incredibly loud. I know they've been accused, I think, of before of putting music in over the allowed decibels or whatever.
Yeah.
They were piping in. They were piping in. It was the Superdome as well as the Georgia Dome for the Falcons game when the Falcons were a relevant team. They both got popped for it.
I think all of them have done that because I think Minnesota had some issues too with them accusing them of pumping in music as well.
It's possible. I missed it, Coach.
All right. So yeah, and what else you got, Nick? You got any other games? You throwing any money down on the other game tonight?
Well, like I said, I bet the Dodgers big. I really felt today. I thought they got some momentum at the end of the game yesterday. Obviously, getting the 4 runs, and obviously, look, 11-0. So, look, if the game's, I'm not sure what time the game is tomorrow, but if Kershaw pitches tomorrow, go back with the Dodgers, bet them again. I like the Dodgers again tomorrow. I don't think this team's done. Look, they obviously, I'd hope they close this game. It'll be 2-1. You got Kershaw on the mound. It's, you can be tied. The big thing's going to be they got to face Fried and Anderson, who the top 2 Atlanta pitchers. They're going to need to win. They're going to need to win one of those games, Yeah. But it's they got a good lineup. So does Atlanta. So we'll see. But it's certainly not over. The Astros series, I believe, is over. 3-0. The Rays are just. I don't think you're beating that team 4 times straight. Yeah, I'll go with the Rays tonight. Like I said, if I got to go between, and I looked them up, I was looking about betting the game. Greinke has been inconsistent his last 6-7 starts. He did pitch 4 innings against the Twins and give up a run, but that's about it. Everything else, it was 3-4 runs a game. So I'm going to go with Glass now, and I think the Astros are just demoralized. I really do, and I think the Rays are. Probably going to close it out tonight, so I'll give out the Rays. And then, like I said, if Kershaw pitches tomorrow, go on the Dodgers.
Okay. All right.
You guys want to kiss and make up, or
for what? I don't understand. It's all right.
No, it's good to get
3 years only one way.
The captain did. I'm fine with it. Luckily I had no part of it.
I'm sorry you don't have thick enough skin to take it. You can only dish it out. How about that?
Okay. Well, that's not going to work.
I'm listening to your shit, so I guess I am taking it.
Yeah.
All right.
And I'm here every day, most times.
Yeah. Not tomorrow. But that's
tomorrow.
Not a representation of tonight. It's a planned thing. Correct?
That was a planned thing.
Right.
And I will be here next week. And I will be here to when given an opportunity to speak.
Right.
Give some knowledge out there up until the time that I have to go back to real work, because I don't think Coach is going to be able to afford me not being there because he can't afford the extra $40 for the internet.
Right.
So, and that's fine. But I love this, and that's why I'm here.
Yeah. Now, guys, I was thinking, if you don't mind real quick, Coach, if you were the Dodgers, you open up an 11-run lead. Do you maybe save that game 3 starter and try to throw out one of those long guys? They put him in now, but I got to wonder if I was Dave Roberts. I know you never want to say we got this one, but 11 runs, maybe they could have just thrown out one of the other long relievers and saved this game 3 starter, Urias, who's a good pitcher, for Game 5.
Well, then take him. What was it like the second inning? I'm sorry, I don't have it.
No,
on.
the Dodgers. Oh wait, you're right. You know what? The Braves. No, the Dodgers led off the inning, so they were at the top of the first, scored 11 runs. Like
Right.
I'd have maybe thought about just the Kershaw situation.
Well, then throw him for an inning because he would normally get the work in.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, though, and you and I have spoken about it with Dave Roberts.
Right.
If they screw up,
yeah.
If they screw up, it's going to come down on him. And I'm surprised, and you've said this, and I said this. I'm surprised the guy is still managing this year
am I.
with all the things that he has done. So you better be damn sure that they win the game, or that they're not going to get that. Whoever they throw in there is going to be able to do the job. Maybe you throw the kid for 2 innings or so, depending upon the pitch count, obviously. And then, save him and you use it like a bullpen session. But you know what? He better be right, because the minute he's not right, I think they would finally figure out he's got to go.
You know, Captain, honestly, I think he's managing for his job anyway. I think it's World Series or bust this year, unless maybe they go like Game 7 and it's some great game like the Twins Braves, where it was 1-0 or whatever that game was, where Smoltz pitched 10 innings. If you remember, I think it was 91 or 90 or 91. 91 because the Reds won in 90. 91 where obviously Jack Morris and John Smoltz had the great Game 7.
Oh,
I think,
it was, man, I tell you, it's like that was wonderful.
It was great game. Yeah, great game. You all right, Coach?
Yeah, it wasn't. That was a little before my time.
You're older than me, and I remember it.
I was going to say that Nick saw it on Baseball Today on ESPN or something,
I was 9 then, I was 9, so I remember because that was right before 2 years, obviously before my Phillies, probably my favorite team, the '93 Phillies, lost to the Blue Jays and bastards.
Unfortunately, I didn't see any of those games. I was underway deployed, so I only saw the Carter home run later on in highlights.
Yeah, it wasn't fun.
And I was also deployed when I'm sorry, I was going to say another game when it was 53-7 or 53-3. I didn't see that game either because I was deployed. I didn't want to bring it around to another team. I apologize. Because I was shitting in the woods with some other guy and the other coach and the owner. There you go. Carries another one.
No, that pitcher was warming up for the last night, and the guy ended up hitting it right to him. I don't think it was a bullpen pitcher. He was warming up to go into the game.
Yeah,
and the guy hit a home run and went right to him and caught it. Yeah, so it was somebody warming up. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I was in the desert, 29 Palms, California.
There you go. There you go, shipmate. Hey, which Mew were you with there, Mike? Were you in a Mew? By the way, Coach, that's Marine Expeditionary Unit. I just wanted to make sure.
Thanks for letting me in on the lingo.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
Like Brian Buell said, best part of breaking up is making up, man. You know what I mean?
Yep. All right. So, Captain, you want to plug your show since you're changing the date for everyone?
Yeah, well, tonight, Angela and I will be back on again. We had our show last night. It will be on my channel, and thank you for the plug, Coach. Otherwise, Tommy's saying that, we were plugging something else. Yeah, I was plugging your sister, Tommy, but that's another thing entirely. The show is on tonight, 9:00 with Angela. It's called What the Bleep Are We Talking About for YouTube, making sure it's a little bit more YouTube friendly. 7th Marine Route, 1st Martiv. Hoorah! There you go, shipmate. I actually know how to do that. But yeah, we'll be on there tonight where there's going to be the sports that we're talking about. Obviously, we're gonna go into some of the subjects that we didn't get into last night. I won't give a plug, but there are some things that we left on the cutting room floor that we didn't even get into last night that'll make it for an interesting conversation. And by the way, Nick, we want to personally thank you, and not this, Coach, this is not a slam. And I know it's going to sound like one. We want to personally thank Nick for the time that he does spend with us, and it's great. I actually would love for you to call in sometime. And Coach, we would love to have you as well. We were just saying that we saw a lot of Nevada Nick.
I pop in usually for some time each time for usually like an hour or so.
Yeah. So again, I know this sounds like a fuck you. And
Well, your show's on after my bedtime, so
I get that. I
the
get
internet
that.
gets shut off here at 7:05, so that's why I got to end the show. And
Coach watches Jeopardy and then goes to bed.
That's right.
Yeah, I understand. I wanted to make sure it was implicitly perfectly clear.
I appreciate
that. That's all the way. Okay, that's it.
So, right,
I think. Okay, Coach. Sorry.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, it's all good.
All right. Well, thanks everyone for checking us out. Make sure you go over to YouTube, like our page, subscribe, head over to Captains if you already haven't done so, and like us on Facebook, share it with your friends, and we'll see everybody tomorrow. It's Nevada Nick and myself tomorrow.
Yeah, the two guys up top. I have other plans.
Yeah, he has prior engagements. So, all right, everyone. Thanks for checking us out. We'll see you tomorrow.